we'll be on our long read. It's in our big reading book on page 188. Once again, our genre is poetry, and our essential question this week is, how do people figure things out? Our first story is The Inventor Thinks Up Helicopters. Now, this poem is going to be a free verse poem, so notice how we normally would have our lines that go all the way across the page and then start the next line and then start the next line. This author chose to write it more in a vertical way, like a helicopter would take off from the ground. The inventor thinks up helicopters. Why not a vertical, whirling, winding bug that hops like a cricket crossing a rug, that swerves like a dragonfly, testing his steering, twisting and veering, fleet as a beetle, up, down, left, right, jounce, bounce, day and night. It could land in a pasture the size of a dot. Why not? Think about that. The first time a helicopter was created, and a helicopter can be started right here, and its blades start whirling, and then it can lift straight up. Okay? Much different from a plane or something else like that. All right? So that's why this author chose to write it in this vertical way, like if a helicopter was starting here and then taking off up vertically in the air. Notice they kind of made it a little funny. Notice how it looks kind of like a bug? And they made a couple references in there to a bug, cricket, dragonfly, because those are some other animals that can start going just straight up as well. Number 1, how can you tell that The Inventor Thinks Up Helicopters is a free verse poem? Well, remember, free verse does not have any rhyming. And wrote the lines in a different way than normal, right? Number 2, in ornithopter, which words rhyme? Which words have alliteration? So as we read this next one, ornithopter, notice the funny pictures at the top. We're looking for rhyme and alliteration. Remember, rhyme is the end sounds the same, alliteration is the beginning sounds the same. While observers were whooping and clapping, the pilot was happily snapping bird wings into place for the wild goose chase, and the plane was repeatedly flapping. But no matter the wind or the weather, a pilot whose wings swing together on a plane so absurd as to think it's a bird needs an engine as light as a feather. Where do you find rhyming words? Whooping and clapping, snapping and flapping. Right? At the end, clapping, snapping, flapping, and then place and chase. So I'm going to say clapping, snapping, flapping, and then place and chase. Those are all words that rhymed. Then look for words that have alliteration, meaning the beginning sounds the same. Wind, weather, wings. Wind or the weather whose wing swings together. So you could do wind, wings. So alliteration, you could just put wind and wings. Number 3, what does the poet compare to a helicopter in lines 6 and 7 of The Inventor Thinks Up Helicopters? Inventor thinks of helicopters. Line 6 and 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So why not a vertical whirling winding bug that hops like a cricket crossing a rug? Okay, so he's comparing the helicopter to a cricket. All right, so for number 3, compares the helicopter to a cricket. Then in number 4, reread ornithopter. That was the second one. Use details to explain what the narrator thinks about the ornithopter. Do you agree with the narrator's point of view? Okay, so I want you to go back, reread the second poem, and explain what the author thinks about the ornithopter there.